Hello everyone, I am Cole Anderson. I am a social studies teacher along with law and comparative civilization, as well as I am working on my Master's of Educational Technology at the University of British Columbia. What I want to do today is to give you a basic overview of what I like about Edmodo and a particular feature that I want to bring to your attention. So as you can see here, this is the groups, and Edmodo has a real, Facebook, social media appeal to it. And since I mainly teach high school students, that is something that appeals to them. Now, what I'm showing you right here is a group, one of my classes actually, that is now finished. So there's nothing that I need to worry about when it comes to information or student marks privacy. I am a teacher in British Columbia, Vancouver, Canada, so there are certain privacy concerns that I need to be keeping aware of, especially with FOIPA and where information is stored. But I've been using Edmodo for quite a few years, and I have also made and published quite a few resources on Spotlight. So what I'm showing you here is one of my 4 classes that I have from last semester. What I'm scrolling through right now is what's called the wall, basically. Wall for the class. And here's all various assignments and student comments and files that have been included. I'll pull this back up to the top, as well as some other really useful information to know. Over here on the left hand side, that is the calendar. I find that's quite useful for students to keep track of what they are doing. Apps launchers, the name of the group. I always tend to name my classes very boring, actually, just the name of the course, as you can see, what period it is. I'm in the largest high school in the province of British Columbia, which is Lower Tweedsmuir Secondary. We have over 2,300 students at the moment, and this is the 3rd of March 2017. Also, here you can see on the side here are my other classes, as well as a few groups that I've either joined or have created for additional professional development. You can also group settings. You can pull up information on, how to locking the group is a very, very good feature for Edmodo when it comes to privacy and security. And here on the edit icon, you can change the colors. I find changing these colors is really useful when, as you can see, I have a lot of courses I'm currently teaching. So having them color coded is very nice to keep track of them in the calendar. But in particular, there is one feature that I would like to show to you, and just before I forget, a couple more so the icons up here. Home buttons, that's kind of go back to your main index page. Progress is where all the marks are located, and then you can see I can choose whichever course I want to enter into. And you can also add badges. Library, just the library section. Let's pull it back to the previous page. Edmodo Spotlight, notifications, profile, group information. But what the feature I'm not going back to, what I want to show all of you is folders. Folders is a wonderful way to keep track and also to organize your students. The reason I say that is because, like I said, my school is the largest in the province. We are overcrowded. We have actually 2 different student body rotations that are occurring. And so I really like the folders component because it gives, a way to keep the students organized, as well as for me just to keep track, as unfortunately I'm not in my classroom for all my classes. I'm all over the building for a few of them. And I can always keep on updating. A lot of times I actually use either my phone, which as you can see right here, or my iPad Pro to deliver my content, or for planning purposes, and I can directly synchronize or basically make new PowerPoints and add them here. So as you can see with folders, it's quintessentially having my own digital library. And it's also a digital library and a repository of resources for my students. A database repository that can be added on indefinitely. How educators basically can use this is you literally just create. You go up here where it says manage folders, and you can either add a folder or click on here. Maybe I want to do this. Cartoon History to Universe is a series of comic books that tells wonderful ancient history, but this is for social studies. But I do teach Comparative Civilization 12, which is quintessentially ancient history. We start the course, about 400,000 years in the past, with the out of Africa theory in the Great Rift Valley to maybe 1200, perhaps. We skip Europe altogether. But yeah, you can just add, click, and that's one of the main features. Not one of the main features to understand. I'll just pull up here. Is PowerPoints and presentations. Now, when you're making or adding documents onto it, say go on to looking here on the political spectrum, you click students or myself, I can literally just click on it and it pulls up a viewing platform, which is Edmodo using the Microsoft Suite option online. Though personally, I think it's not that good compared to what you can get with iWorks, but that's not here or now to talk about. And then literally you can edit it right here, download it, start, turn it into a PDF. So there's lots of different variations. And when I'm, say, teaching, this is all about political spectrum and ideology, so left wing, right wing, socialism, communism, fascism, liberalism, all the 6 main ideologies. Sometimes students will literally just pull their phones out, and while we're making notes, they will have their phones out looking to either to review over something they miss or working a little ahead. It basically allows the students to work at different speeds with the rest of the class. And finally, I want to mention too how this matches up with blending learning. Is, of course, blended learning is using the online along with the real face-to-face brick and mortar classroom, along finally making real world connections and learning all about, say, the government. And for the students to understand that, there it is, right? They have this digital content at their fingertips, available 24/7. They're learning it in class. They have me that they can talk to. And then, since it's government, it's something that affects all of our lives, no matter what country or political stripe may believe in. We all are affected. And you can see some of these ones. This is a PowerPoint. I'll just randomly draw one. Say, oh, not that one. It's kind of a little boring side. Yeah, a lot of these are. Well, sure, I'll just randomly pick one. Actually, I'm not really randomly picking one. I'm trying to pick one that looks kind of interesting. Here we go. Canada in the First World War. So this is not a PowerPoint. This is done as a PDF. So I converted this on my phone from Keynote over to a PDF and then upload it. And then you can see here you can download it, zoom in, zoom out, or just scroll through and teach through your content here. So yeah, that's the feature that I particularly like quite a bit in Edmodo. And if I would have any sort of suggestions, I would say it'd be nice to know where actually the server farms are located. I suspect it's probably found on Amazon, but personally, because of FOIPA considerations, I would like to know where all this information is stored and how much it costs. Otherwise, my name's Cole Anderson, and I hope you learned something from my screencast. Cheers.